Basketball doesn't last forever, but the lessons do. I'm Nick Crossan, owner of EBC Training Centers, and this is Purpose Over Points, a podcast filmed inside EBC, the heart of Washington's premier training center. Purpose Over Points stands apart from your traditional basketball podcasts by blending coaching education, mentorship, storytelling, and the importance of family and community connection. It's not just about developing athletes, it's about developing people. Here we talk about life after basketball and what happens when the points stop adding up and the real scoreboard becomes your character, your purpose, and your growth. Welcome to another episode of Purpose Over Points. I am your host, Nick Crossan. Today we are very blessed to have a special guest, Martin Anderson. Before we get going, I want to introduce to you who Martin is. Martin is a world-known elite basketball development coach and the founder of Martin Anderson Basketball, based right here in Seattle. He played professionally overseas in Spain, Italy, Germany, Mexico, and Canada before a career-ending back injury which shifted his path into coaching. Since then, he's dedicated his life to developing athletes at every single level, from youth players all the way up to NBA and WNBA athletes. He's been a high school head coach, a college coach, and has worked across multiple professional leagues, including the NBA, NBL Canada, and the WNBA. Now he travels the world year-round running elite development clinics from both players and coaches with a mission that goes beyond basketball, using the game to teach life lessons that last far beyond the court. Martin, appreciate you, my dad.
Man, appreciate you, man.
Welcome.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Welcome. I'm excited about this because I've watched you from a distance, seen you do what you do. I have a ton of respect. I've never seen you in person. Obviously, we love this era now because we get to see things. But you do a phenomenal job. We've got players at EBC that work with you. They absolutely love working with you. But I just want to say, from a basketball guy to a basketball guy, and we live in this era, and especially in our state where we have a lot of haters.
Oh, man.
I want to just give you your flowers, man. You are amazing at what you do, and I really appreciate everything
Thank you, brother.
that you do.
I appreciate it. Likewise, man. The respect is mutual for sure.
Absolutely. Let's start with your journey.
Yeah.
Take us back to young Martin, man. Where did it all start?
Man, I've loved, just from a basketball perspective, I've loved basketball since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I had things when I was a child going on that were going on at home in school, and basketball was my piece away from that. It was my joy. Didn't always have access to a gym, but we were outside. I was blessed to have a hoop at home that I could use, and it was just my outlet. My mom got me the little Tykes hoop.
Yes.
So like she even says to this day, she's like, I had no idea what I was getting into when I bought you that. Yeah, now you're obsessed. So it's something that has been pure joy since I was a young kid and even until now. But yeah, man, just maturing as a young man. I went to Decatur High School in Federal Way, so 253.
Marcus Tibbs.
Marcus Tibbs, Jerron Smith, Dom Hunter, all guys that I still communicate with and talk to. They've had a pretty rich history over there. So that was a great experience for me during that time. My journey was a little different. When I always talk about this with some of our athletes too, it's just like having different paths, different journeys for what we do. You know, I had difficulties during different times during my period in school. Where I might have been missing class or didn't always take it serious, because I assume that being a great basketball player means that that's all that matters, and that my talent and my work ethic can outrun my school, which I got to the end of my kind of time there and I was like, man, like I really need to lock in on my school. So I had to make up quite a bit as a senior, and I ended up being a professional player overseas and played in a lot of different areas. That was a big goal of mine throughout my life, was I just wanted to be a pro. For me, it was obviously the NBA. That was something that I really looked at and really thought that, man, if I can get that, then I'll be good. But I'm really happy the way that my journey panned out for me. Because now, like, we deal with every level. I've been able to experience being on the bench. I've experienced being the best player on the team. I've experienced playing in Europe. I've experienced playing in different areas of the world and at every level. So it's something that now I can relate to everybody. Whereas just if I've only been the best player, I can't relate to the kid that's not playing. I can't relate to the different rules all over the world and the different perspectives. So it's something that, like, basketball has been one of the best teachers ever for me. It's something that shaped me, and still to this day, now I'm using that for young people. I coach to be the coach that I didn't have when I was a young person. I had coaches that believed in me, as an athlete, but I really didn't have a whole lot of mentorship, a lot of guidance, a lot of people like, how you doing today? Is everything okay? And when I look back, if I would have just had that at that time, that would have made such a big difference for me. So even now, like with development and the things that I'm doing now, it's like holistic development for me. They're coming like, how are you doing today? Is everything okay? What'd you do today? Something as simple as that. It's so much bigger.
Ways.
Yeah, it's so much bigger than just the game. If you're not right mentally, we don't need to work out today. Let's just talk. Let's just see what's going on in your life and try to see how we can try to help you get to the next path or help you get through whatever valley you're going through. So it's just something that I try to be what I didn't have.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a big phrase that we always use, the ball stops bouncing, and obviously it does for all of us at some point.
Sure
and
does.
For you, unfortunately, you had a back injury.
Yep.
Tell me like about that. When that came, what was your thought process like? Like, man, because I know we all have those aha moments, but it's also, it's really hard to walk away from the game that you love. So kind of speak on that. When that came and that moment came, what was going through your mind?
Man, to be honest, Nick, I didn't really know who I was as a person. My identity was basketball. My identity was, I identified myself as a professional athlete, and that was my identity. It wasn't anything else. I didn't know who Martin was. And that was something where, like, I hurt people close to me. I was a different person when I was a player. I was very much about myself. And I'm a big believer that if you're trying to push for something and you keep trying and trying and trying, and you give every ounce of what you have to it, and it still doesn't line up, then that's not where I'm supposed to be. So in that moment, I'm a big faith guy, man. God is everything to me. That's what I base my life off of. And he's like, okay, you're not gonna listen to me, you're not gonna be obedient, I'm gonna take you out. That's how I looked at it. I wasn't being obedient. There were numerous times when I was in the summer, I was getting ready for my season and just trying to get prepared for whatever the next contract was gonna be. And opportunities to coach would come up, or opportunities to work with certain kids would come up, and I would turn it down. I would just blatantly turn it down, like, man, I gotta get ready for my season, man, I don't have time for this. And I really don't know exactly what it was, but it was a kid named Derek Butler. I don't know if he's still out there playing, but his dad was like, man, he just kept bugging me. He's like, man, like, work with my son. Like, I love your work ethic. He needs that. He needs a male role model in his life. So I did it. When I did that workout and I left the gym, I have never had that feeling in my life before. The feeling of seeing him improve, the feeling of seeing him get better, I've never experienced that. I was hooked. I was instantly hooked.
I love that.
It wasn't about money. It wasn't about social media. It wasn't about traveling. It wasn't about being the biggest name in coaching. It was just, man, this young man needed some help. And I was able to provide a little bit of guidance for him in that time. And he turned into 5 kids. 5 kids turned to 10, and it just started to grow from there. But,
I love that.
But I feel like that back injury, I mean, we talk about purpose over points. I feel like I found my purpose through the points. Just like being able to really find what I was supposed to do. So I think that was, at the time, was not a blessing. I was completely broken. This was something I gave my life to. But at the same time, when you get to a certain point, you can look back on things that you've been through, and it's like, man, that's why that happened at that time. And it was for a reason. And even though you don't understand it, whatever situation you're going through that's painful, there's always lessons. And sometimes we see it right away, sometimes we see it years down the line, but that's where faith comes in. And faith unseen. Faith is things unseen, and just having that faith that, man, it's gonna work out.
Absolutely.
And I think it has.
I would 100% agree. I don't think it has worked out for you. So speaking of that, I want to talk about now what you're doing in the development side of things. We got to talk a little bit before the show. Like I said, I respect you like crazy. You do amazing work, but I want to know, in your eyes, you've seen development from the ground up, not only just here, all around the world. And I think there's a lot of power in that. And I think our state especially needs to hear it, because there is, like we were talking about, there's not just one way to do this thing. But what does development look like and mean to you with your experience?
We talked about it a little bit earlier, but holistic development, it's everything. Yes, we're working on basketball, but the purpose of this for me, this is a vehicle for me to really help shape young people. Like, we work with professional athletes, but I really feel like a lot of my purpose is in middle school age, elementary age, and just kind of taking them all the way through their process. So it's everything. It's not just on the court, it's going to their games. It's being available if you need to be able to communicate to me and talk to me. And just being holistic all the way around. We have conversations about life. We have conversations about faith. Things that I've been through in my life that I can help relate to you, so that you don't have to go through the same pain that I felt in certain areas. And like, I just think a lot of those things get overlooked in development. And people that are in the space, it's more of, what can I get from basketball, instead of like, let's use this to really make a difference. Because all the time I hear the percentage of kids that play past high school. And it's always used as a stat to make a point. Well, if that's the point, then as coaches, if most of the athletes in our space are not going to play past high school, and we talked about the ball stop bouncing, then our role in development, right, is outside of just the game.
Yes.
So being able to really touch on those things and hit those life skills, like that's something that's crucial.
Yeah.
If all you're taking from what we do development-wise is just the basketball portion, then we've missed our job as development coaches. Like I want to make better young women, better young men, and really help them be better in life. Like that's one of the best things, I know probably for you too, is like, man, thank you, coach. I didn't get it at the time, but I understand it now. You know, I'm doing this now, I'm studying this now. I understand now why you were on me.
Yes.
Thank you. Like those are some of the best things for me and best wins for me.
Those are.
Yeah.
Those are the best when they come back to you and they thank you. Even when you say it, right? We say it to this day to the young 15, 14, 16, 17-year-old kids. We're like, hey, you might not understand what I'm saying right now, but the goal is when you get to 23, something clicks and you go, oh, that's what Coach Martin was talking about.
100%.
Oh, bingo. Like,
100%.
Then you get that love. And then, like you said, that's what fills our cup. And that's what keeps you pushing.
That's what keeps you waking up every day.
Yes.
It wakes you up every day.
Absolutely.
That's why I coach. That should be your driver of why you're doing it. And I hear mixed opinions all the time.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I hear people, you know, like, to me, it's about the player. That's always what I try to focus on. And I've always got it back with that type of mindset. But I've had people tell me that I'm wrong with that it's about business and being able to do this. And I get it. Like, yes, we run a business. Yes, we have to be efficient with that and smart and grow and all those different things. We have families to take care of. But at the end of the day, what kind of legacy are you leaving as a coach? I think that's huge.
Exactly.
Like the best coaches, they're leaving a legacy. And that's what creates that culture. That's what creates winning. And that's something that should be a premium. Right? And then all that other stuff that you're talking about comes with it.
Always.
It comes with it.
Always. Like you said, God's going to take care of you.
Every
At
time.
the end of the day, He's going to take care of you.
Every time.
What we see all the time is just transactional. Like,
And
now you have NIL and all this extra stuff. So now you've got trainers trying to attach themselves to kids, or even, I see it all the time, AAU coaches trying to attach themselves to kids to get a college job because they're trying to be a package deal. And it's gross.
Yeah, no, it 100%. That accomplishment of a scholarship, that is that individual's accomplishment.
Yeah.
And programs like to put it up, oh, so-and-so committed to, you know, whatever. And I get it. As coaches, we have impact. You might have helped a little bit with that process, no problem. But I always like to let that accomplishment be their accomplishment. I didn't shoot the shots for you. I didn't go out there and play. And you went out there and did that. I helped you a little bit. I helped you a little bit in your process. And the ones that kill me are the ones that they're already a 5-star. They're already elite. They worked him out a couple times and recorded it and put it up. And now, oh, that's my guy. It's not your guy. That's the whole city's guy. The whole city's been in with him. So it's just having a frame of mind. It's just always being about the athlete every time. And that's what's worked for us.
What do you feel that we're missing the mark with development?
This is just my opinion, but I think in the U.S. especially, like we've been blessed to be able to travel pretty frequently for the last number of years and see basketball in different areas. And individually, skill-wise, I think we're the best in the world, no doubt. From an individual skill point, and that's why people like myself or like other guys that are in the space, like that's why we get brought out, is to help with that piece. But where the American game lacks a lot is in IQ, to me. Like when to use the skill and when to be able to apply. It's a special gift to be able to teach a skill and then be able to teach it to be able to apply to a live game setting. Anybody can make you sweat. Anybody can put somebody through a tough workout and get you sweating and breathing hard. But like, how does that apply to a 5-on-5 setting? How does that apply to a game setting? Where's the defense? What's the why? And just being creative with your ways to be able to teach it. But we really lack in that IQ space. For us, we played pickup. It was personal. You had to earn respect. I have an older brother that's 13 years older than me. And I still have memories of him taking me to parks or taking me to gyms. And I had to get picked. I had to get on the floor, and I didn't touch the basketball. I had to figure out ways to make an impact. And if I did get it, I better do something with it, or I'm not touching it the rest of the time. If you lose, you got 50 dudes waiting, and you're not playing for 2 hours. I mean, it's that piece is gone, but I think we also miss this part. These two things need to work together.
And they can.
And they need to. And so a good balance of both gives you both of that. Now I can try what Coach Nick gave me on last Wednesday. Now I can actually apply some of the stuff and see if it works. And coaches giving them the freedom to make mistakes. A lot of our kids that come in, they're like, man, I'm just scared to try anything. Like every time I try something and make a mistake, a coach is yanking me. So as coaches, we have to do a better job of, yes, we want to win. Yes, we want to compete, but it's allowing them to develop, especially at the younger ages. We're talking middle school, even high school. It's like the whole point of it is to develop. And I know I've had experiences with it too as a young high school player. It's like trying stuff and just getting yanked. And now I don't want to try anything. So it's being able to really get that confidence and build up and allowing kids to have that freedom to try things.
Absolutely.
Because then that's confidence.
Yeah.
If every time I try something and I mess up, I get yanked, my confidence is gone.
Yeah.
I'm not trying anything. I don't even want the ball. I don't even want to get back in.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of kids are going through. It's something that we just need to do a better job of addressing. But IQ piece for me is huge. I see it all the time.
Yeah,
So it's,
you do see that a lot. The lack of it, I should
Yes.
say. I think, like you said, the balance of being able to play, pick up, and that, I think that's where you can close that gap faster.
100%. 100%.
You're allowed to make those mistakes, even though if you might play with older people when we were growing up. Those older people were helping you, though. They were saying, "Hey, look at this. Like, next time, read their feet. Next time, like, if their hands are down, shoot it." Like,
That was our training.
that was our training. And it worked.
No, it was amazing. It's something that I didn't take for granted. I used to love it. Especially being like my brother, I remember he was 25, I was 12, and going to different runs. And like you said, taking the time to, hey, next time see this, and next time do this, and seeing that work and feeling that confidence of like, man, I can do this.
Yes, you can.
I was getting that belief every time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So obviously you've worked with the highest level of people, whether it's WNBA, NBA, overseas, doesn't matter, the professional athletes. I love this topic when I'm with people who work at a high level with these people because I love hearing the fact that majority of the time people think it's these big dramatic workouts.
Oh man.
And I want to know, what is the high level workout look out for you? Because people need to hear this.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I think there's this idea that it's complex and super advanced. And it's actually what I was doing right before I came here. We had 2 WNBA players in the gym and man, they spent 45 minutes just one dribble pull-ups, catch and shoot threes. A lot of it at that level, and really every level for me, is understanding what that player's role is.
Yes.
Understanding what their role is. If you're a spot up, if that's your role, then that's what we're gonna work out. Right, so as coaches, having communication with their coaches that they play for.
Yes.
Like, what's their role? And then obviously off season, expand on it, grow on it.
Absolutely.
But no, their workouts are simple. Brother, it's simple footwork, but it's at a high level. It's elite fundamental. It's quick reps. It's 3-4 reps and then we're on to the next one. It's very, very, very detailed, like 1-2 on a pull-up or just different balance stuff. I know for me, everything that I like to incorporate is balance and footwork in everything that I do. So at that level, it's just very, very, very fundamental. And I've brought in like interns and guys coaching and helping out, and they're always surprised. They're like, "Is this what they do?" Like, yes, this is the basis of it. But then when you watch them play, you really see it come out. Those are the looks that they get.
Absolutely.
And they don't get bored of it. Like kids nowadays, we have the same approach with the young kids, and they always have to add something. I was telling a group of boys this yesterday. I'm like, you guys always have to add something. A step back, you guys always have to add. Just naturally, you just add something. And at that level, they don't have time.
No.
So like today, the focus was getting into a quick 1-2 off a pull-up. That's it. That's all you have time for. The closeouts are quick at that level. So it's all I have time. I have to get this shot off as quick as possible. And that's the focus. And with pros, they want to compete. They want to know what the record is. They want to know, hey, who's got the high in this? Hey, we're going 2 minutes for this. Who's got the record? And they don't get it. They want to go again. They want to go again. There's a competition aspect to it where I have to tell that to a lot of our kids. It's like, man, you're okay with 5? Like, you're good with that? You're going home on that. You're good with that. The record's 30. You're good with 5. It's having those conversations about, like, compete. Like, you're going to have to compete in everything. Like, you want a scholarship now, you have to take it from somebody.
You have
It's so important to instill that. But to answer your question, like pros at that level, they compete at everything. It's competition. And if there's nobody in the workout with them, it's just me and them, they're competing against themselves. It's how it is every time. But people have a misconception of what it looks like.
They do.
Sometimes they come in and it's, hey, I'm in this spot. I'm going to be here for 30 minutes. I'm just doing this. This is all I'm doing. I know for me, I didn't work out like that. For me, that's a lot of discipline to be able to just stay in one spot, but they want it to feel like it's part of their skin. It's natural. It's something that if I get here, I can get to this every time, no matter what. And so I respect it. Like, I really respect that approach. And there's different approaches to everything, but you know, a lot of the best players that we've been around, that's how they are. I'm going to get to this spot, and this is what I'm going to do for the next 30 to 40 minutes. It makes sense, though.
I love it.
It makes sense.
I love it. I do want to give you another shout out on Flowers, because trainers, coaches, they need to emulate what you're doing, because I see it firsthand. You did it with me, like you've done with both Maya and Izzy. You always are communicating, hey, what are you guys doing? What do they need to do? I'll say, hell, maybe they need to get better coming off a screen. They need to get better playing off of 2 feet. And I love that, because it makes you feel like, okay, they're going to someone who A, obviously cares, but B, is trying to emulate what they're doing in games within what we're doing, which is ultimately going to make that player better
100%.
within that
100%.
during that short period of time.
100%.
And then obviously it's going to change. Right?
100%.
'Cause then they go to high school and it's a different coach. So now it's like, okay, now I know what you did last year. I got a rhythm of maybe you run a dribble drive offense. Okay, we got to get you better going X, Y, and Z and straight downhill. Like,
100%.
people really need to tune in to that. But that's the jealousy part we live with, though, too. People are not open enough to be like, hey, it's a simple question, but people don't want to ask it. Like,
No, but it's an ego thing.
Yeah.
I mean, really, to be honest, if you look at it, like technically we're competitors.
Yes.
But the thing is, for me, I really don't even look at it like that.
No.
And I know some people out there are like, man, he's tripping. Like, well, but for me, it's exactly what you said. It's if they're gonna come in our space, I don't have team. I don't do that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's less of a competition between us because we understand that we're on the same page and we're just trying to help them. That's all it is. And when you don't have those conversations, that's how it comes off. It's like, oh, this dude thinks he's got my girls in his gym, and I hate to even use the word "my girls" because that's something that everybody always likes to say and take credit for. But it's the athletes that are playing for your team. If they're in other spaces, it's like, man, why are you over there?
Yep.
But having those conversations really brings that bridge together. It's
quick, too.
We're on the same path. I take kids on because I want to help them get to the next level.
Yes.
They're here because you want them to get to the next level. We're on the same mission, brother. And whatever you tell me they need to work on, I'm not going to have them come to my gym and be like, man, forget what Nick was talking about.
Yep.
He's dead wrong. Like, we need to do this. No, that's the coach that you play for.
Yeah.
You don't play for me.
Right.
So everything that he said, we're implementing.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to be. I might put my own twist on
And
it.
that's the beauty of it.
But that's what we're going to work on.
Yeah.
You need to work on finishing off 2 feet. Guess what we're doing today? Finishing off with 2 feet.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
That weird jealousy thing needs to stop. This should happen more.
Yes.
This type of conversation, podcast or not, should happen.
Absolutely. I'll also say, like, because like you said, I'm the coach.
Yep.
You're a coach.
Yep.
But you're the trainer.
Yep. I hate that shit, but yep.
The trainer. But there's power to that because you've done this all over the world.
Yep.
I haven't.
Yep.
So you've seen things from a training perspective that I can't bring to the table.
Yep.
So that's why communicating and working together is so powerful because
Yep. 100%.
I might say 2 foot jump stop and we do drills in practice, but you're going to bring a different level to it that A, I need to go watch it, and B, I need to see it because that makes me a better coach, but it makes the player better.
100%.
And like we said, it makes them hear a different voice,
Yep.
but the same message.
Same
It's
message.
the same message. That's get
Same
on
message.
2 feet, but
Yep.
there might be an angle that you see that I don't see.
And vice versa.
That's
So
the
it's-
beauty of a game.
That's the beauty of
That's
it.
the beauty of it.
That's why
So,
we're in it. It's-
I appreciate what you're doing, Doc. I just can't
Yeah,
pick with
likewise,
nothing
brother.
else, man. I really
Likewise,
do.
man.
Let's talk about the global gaps again.
Yep.
I kind of
Yep.
want to hone in on that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Your experience to kind of just tell us about the global gaps that you feel like you see. And you've been all over the world. From a player's perspective, we talked about coaching and training.
Yep.
But what do you see from a player's perspective, some gaps from overseas to in the U.S.?
Yeah, I mean, just every part of the world is different,
Yeah.
at least in my experience. Every part of the world is different. We touched on the U.S. being a very, very individually skilled, just really, really high in that area, but lacking in IQ. When we go to Europe, I've spent a lot of time in Amsterdam, a lot of time in Germany. They're lacking in that area, but they're really high in IQ. Like the way that they develop, really we just need to combine the two, the two development paths and just bring them together. They do a really good job of being very team oriented, very team focused, very team driven, to where they can come over here and like we have a lot of players that'll come in from different areas and for them it's like they already have an understanding of spacing, of how to work with teammates, of how to do all those different things. So like the individual stuff they pick up and can apply it. Whereas to a lot of our kids here, they don't really understand spacing. They drive and kick and they clog the paint. They don't know where to respace. There's just like little areas that we just need to do a better job of bringing together and learning from different parts of the world. Like I hear all the time, the last MVPs in the NBA are all, European and, don't get me wrong, and you can quote me, this is the mecca of basketball.
Yep.
The U.S. is the mecca of basketball. The NBA is here. The best European players come play here.
Exactly.
But there are things that we can take that, Germany's catching up, Australia's catching up, Spain does a great job. I played there for 2 years. They do a really good job of implementing the team tactical aspect to it to be able to combat with what we bring from the U.S. But those gaps are definitely there, but that's why its development is just crucial to be able to just fill those gaps and learn from what every place in the world is doing well.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of bringing all that together. But it's not like one way is better than the other. We can learn from each process and bring it together.
Like we were talking before the show. That's just huge. And I feel like that's kind of where our game is going right now is we have this like Europe, US, and they're two separate places. And you got to go here to go get this, and you got to go to US to get this, and I'm with you. Like, why not bring it together?
Let's merge that.
And
let's merge it.
You can make it
Yeah.
and then put your own twist to it.
Yep.
Like
100%.
But you got to have the expertise, and like you said, your ego's got to be left at the door because you're not going to get that.
No,
you're not going to get that.
It's taking time, especially for young coaches, young trainers that are just getting into the space, taking a lot of time to learn under somebody that's done it.
Yeah.
I think that that's crucial, and that it takes an ego to drop that.
Yeah.
Because anybody can start a business.
Yes.
Anybody can start an Instagram page. I know I have probably a couple new ones every day that all of a sudden that pop up, and that's not wrong. I'm not against that.
Right.
If that's something that you want to do and you're in it for the right reasons, do it.
Yep.
But take time to really learn. Like I've been really, really blessed to learn under some really, really great people.
Absolutely.
Phil Handy is amazing. One of the most humble dudes in the world. Gannon Baker, amazing. Again, passion, energy. I love to bring energy and enthusiasm to the gym. A lot of that I learned from him.
Yeah.
Just being around him and seeing it. Dave Hopla, a lot of his shooting stuff, being able to be around that. Got to rebound for him a couple times in Amsterdam and Germany and see his lecture and see his teaching process and like, man, we can use this back home, and just humbling yourself and not skipping steps.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people skip steps because they want to be an NBA skills coach or a WNBA skills coach. And it's like, if you want that, no problem. Like whatever it is that you want to do and you feel that that's your calling, do it. But take steps to learn so that when that opportunity comes, you're prepared and you can make an impact at these different levels. And it's okay to not be that.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to be a great high school coach.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Nick, I know some middle school coaches that are better than some dudes in the NBA.
100%.
Just because you have the NBA title, you might not have the highest IG following.
Yeah.
But kids see that and they think that those are the best
They do.
people to listen to. But it's the point of it is to really take time to have mentors under the space. And it doesn't have to be the biggest names.
No.
It can be a high school coach that you go learn under that's been coaching for 25 years and they have a really, really good idea of how to build culture.
Yep.
That's the toughest thing to do.
Yeah.
Like offense, defense, those things are what they are.
working
The
out.
X's and O's are what they are. But to be able to bring a group together, it's a challenge. But to be able to bring a group together with, some kids are playing, some aren't, and to get everybody to buy into their role and to make it fun and to win. And it's not easy, but that's something that you have to learn. And getting under people that have done it before are huge.
Yeah.
And I just think that the coaching space would be better if we would do that more instead of just skipping like, I'm going to be a head coach. It's like, but you know what I mean? Like,
There's a lot. Well, like
There's a lot.
You've been a high school coach,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
People don't understand. Like,
yes.
I was talking to Talia in the last episode.
Yep.
She said something very true. Is you have to put two different hats on. Like,
Oh,
as a high school coach, you get a coach for the most part, but there's so many behind the scenes things.
So much.
Like we're talking about Booster Club, all these things that are you're not really coaching. And then you go to like if you run an AAU program, now you're taking the AD role, and now you're putting all these
the hats.
extra hats on.
Man.
And it's hard, but you can't skip steps though. You got to embrace all that failure that's coming with it, and you got to take those learning curves and like we have philosophies here and all that kind of stuff. There's a certain regimen we want you to follow, but
100%.
I am not a dictator when it comes to mentorship. Like I want you to evolve to who you are. Like I don't want you to have to coach like me, and I don't want to have to coach like you.
100%.
But I want to learn from you, and I want to take what you're doing,
100%.
and I'm going to look at you online, and I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to go, I like that drill. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to try to figure it out. So
100%.
we need more of that.
No, we do.
We need a lot more of
definitely
that.
do, man.
We need a lot more of that.
Yep.
Let's talk about from a parent's perspective, since you've seen it again all over the world. Give some advice to parents as far as helping them with development and kind of what kind of steps should they be taking with their kids or advising them. You've got a bunch of different type of parents, right? So I'll be honest, we've seen them all, and
like
the helicopter parent I've seen very successful. The parent that doesn't leave their kid alone I've seen very successful. It's just like coaching. Like there's a lot of different ways to do this.
Yes.
But what do you think parents should be kind of hitting on with development?
Man, let them fail. Let them fail.
Yeah.
Just let them. And now just from my experience, like we always want to save them. I'm not a parent, but parents want to save them every time. And it's not ill-willed. Like you think that you're doing the right thing by them by trying to pick them up every time, but let them get a couple scrapes. Like let them mess up. Let them figure out that process, and then things will work itself out. But you have to learn how to lose before you can really learn how to win and get through that process. And I just think that that's a lot of lacking in that. I know that we get kids that come in and it's not driven by them, it's driven by their parents. And Dad didn't make it, and now, little Sally's hooping, and he wants Sally to make it so he can live that. And it's got to come from them. It has to be a drive that they enjoy, especially coming to somebody like myself. If you're coming to a private coach, you're coming to a private entity to come work on your game, to me, you're taking this pretty serious. If it's not coming from them, then we're not going to get anything out of it. They're not going to enjoy the process. It's not something that's going to be beneficial, so it has to come from them. That love is first. Like that blueprint for me is, especially for a young kid, it has to come from them first, that love. And then you can start to just build from there, but let them fail is probably my number one message. Let them mess up.
As a parent, it's hard.
I can imagine.
I mean, you do want to put that pillow underneath them, but you need them to bump their head and more than once, because that's how they're going to learn. And there's a process to it. Okay, now let's talk about kids for their development. And it might be the same message that they need to learn how to fail. But what do you feel that kids need to kind of hone in on with their development is their path? Kind of talk about maybe where you think, if you were to sit down with a kid one-on-one right now, very first meeting, what are you telling them about their development path?
Man, well, it depends on what time of year it is.
Yeah.
If it's in season, what's your role?
Yeah.
What spots are you in? And then we grow on that, expand on that. If it's off season, what are you struggling with? Okay, let's hone in on that. The time of year is really important. The in-season stuff, and we were just in it for a number of months with high school season, and just really, like we talked about earlier, everything's connected. It's like being able to tap into their coaches, watching their film. I can't make it to everybody's games. I try to go to as many as I can.
They expect you to, though, right?
I know. They're like, man, you never come, brother. I'm on the NFHS. I'm watching, trust me. I got a laptop out, I'm watching. We have a lot of parents that will send us clips, that'll send us film, and it's super helpful. And just having an idea of how they move in game. What are they struggling with? What are they doing well? What's working? What's not working? We talked about it before the camera was on, but every kid needs something different. Like there's kids that need decision making. That's a big issue that goes on right now. There's kids that need to get shots up. They might not be doing it on their own. Every situation is different. I'm not putting every kid through the same workout. They're not going through the same setup. It's very, very individualized to the point where it's like, let's see where you're at in your process, and let's just try to expand on that as much as we can. So
I love that.
It really depends on what time of year.
Let's talk about the players again that make it, right? What, in your eyes, separates them? What's the biggest thing that you see separates those?
Man, intention. Intention, being really intentional about what they're doing. They're not just showing up and I'm just gonna do whatever today. I always talk about with athletes, it's collaboration. Like we're working together. Sometimes I come in the gym and I have a plan, like I know what we need to work on, but like, what do you wanna do today? What do you wanna work on today? And really just like letting them know, like you're involved in your development. It's not just coach. Not just coach telling you what to do. Is like, you might have been struggling with mid-range this weekend. And I don't know what you're feeling, so let me know. Okay, coach, I want to do mid-range today. And as a coach, we can implement that into what we're doing. But it's really getting on that same page and having that collaboration with our athletes. We're on the same mission. They want to get better. I want to help you get better. So let's work together.
Right. Let's say you have a 14-year-old kid. What's your blueprint for that kid?
I mean, it ties into a lot of the things that we've been touching on, but again, role, what spots you're in, where you're at right now currently in your development, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and obviously trying to strengthen what you already do well, but the things that you're not doing so well at, really honing in on those things and building confidence, like really building that confidence. That's probably the most common thing that I hear from athletes when I hear parents tell me. We always have calls with parents before kids come in with the first time, and they're always like, man, so-and-so struggling with confidence. So-and-so struggling with confidence. So it's like, okay, let's try to pinpoint what that reason is. Let's try to really, because it might be, man, I don't get opportunity to play. It might be, I just can't make shots. Like I shoot in the gym all the time, because I know you have kids too, like they're on the gun all the time. They're in the gym all the time, and then they go play and it's boing, it's all over the place. So it's really trying to figure out, is it a mental thing? Is it a physical thing? Is it something that's technical? Is there something we could fix with your shot? Is it, sometimes it's just a conversation.
It is.
Like I've had, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I've had some workouts where the athlete was doing nothing wrong, nothing different with their shot. I made it up. Now you need to get more lift. There was nothing that they changed. And it's like, man, you're a genius, man. What did you do? I did nothing. You were just mentally in a funk, and I made you think that you made an adjustment. So it's really just, again, trying to figure out what they're struggling with and just trying to hone in on that. That's really what it is. But
As we close and as we get kind of towards the end here, I want people to know where they can find you, where are you at, how they can access you, because like I said, you are phenomenal at what you do. I want viewers to hear, where can I find Martin?
Man, I'm on Instagram, I'm on X now, I'm on everything, every social media. Coach Martin Anderson, anytime, man. I always want to be a resource to people and try to help however we can, man. This game has been a blessing to me, and now just trying to use it to bless others. So that's really what it is.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Last two questions. How has basketball shaped you as a person?
Man, it's everything to me, brother. It's taught me how to work with others. It's taught me how to deal with adversity and things not going my way. Because I've had a lot of moments in my journey where it hasn't gone my way, and I've been confused and maybe not always trusted him with what's going on. I've been mad at him a lot of times, and understanding that he's okay with me being mad at him. And it's okay to maybe not always trust everything, but then over time learning like, man, you did have my back. You did have the best interest in mind. I just didn't get it at the time. But basketball has taught me everything. It's given me everything. I've never had any other job but basketball.
That's
all I've ever done.
Good for you.
I've only played, I've only coached. It's been my whole life, and it's something that I'm forever grateful for. And it can do the same thing for anybody else that's willing to sacrifice. You're willing to put everything into it. And I truly believe that it can take you, well, I know it can take you everywhere.
Absolutely.
Connect you with everybody. I think it connects like no other sport. We'll go to different places, and it's a lot of our camps here too. We've got every race in the gym. We've got boys, girls. Like the way that it brings people together is the blessing.
I love that. No, I love that. What is purpose over points?
Man, there's so many different routes you can go with that. With that saying, that's genius. I said it at the top of the show, but like my purpose was found through points. It was found through basketball. It was found through that process. Talk about holistic development. And valuing that over the game. Like obviously basketball is important. We love it. Kids love it. But what are we really trying to hone in on? What are we really trying to use it for to help teach and develop? It's bigger than just the game of basketball. Basketball is my vehicle, your vehicle to teach, to really implement what they're going to go through. This is going to stop. The points stop. The ball stops for everybody. I don't care what level you get to. Average NBA career is short. I'm not going to name names, but I know guys that have struggled after their career and don't know what to do. Because they don't understand what their purpose is. So it's really starting to think about that. It's like, how can I use this gift, even if I get to that level and that's your goal, how can I use this gift to really, as corny as it sounds, like leave this in a better way than when I found it? Like, how can I use this to really leave that legacy? And that's what legacy is to me, is like you're leaving the game in a better place than when you started.
Absolutely.
So but I found my purpose through this, man. And I didn't know it at the time, but man, I'm thankful that it worked out the way it did. And I'm thankful to connect with great people and great coaches and just keep it growing. Like this is what the space should look like. This is what the coaching space should look like. And basketball should be like this, where I don't need to tear you down for me to win. I don't need to shut down another coach to elevate myself. It's insecurity. That's a lack of something for yourself. If you need to do that, you're off. I will never tell a kid, man, don't go work with so-and-so, don't do this. If that's gonna help you get better and that's what you wanna do, even if you don't get to see me, go do that. Whatever's going to help your development and help you improve and get better, that's what I'm about.
Amen, man. Well, I appreciate you. And again, I want to give you flowers, my man. You are a blessing. You're a blessing to this game. You're a blessing to this world. I want to thank you for your time. Listeners, I know for a fact they got a lot of facts coming in here and a lot of good stuff. So again, God bless you. I thank you so much for your time, my man. And
likewise, brother.
Nothing but best of luck. This is the beginning of something special. I think we're
Let's go.
Find some different things, different ways to work with each other. So
Let's do it, brother.
Fun. So
let's do it, man.
I appreciate you, my man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Right,
thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.